Welcome in to today's video. In today's transmission, we're going to be talking about the 4 seasons of a woman's cycle. One of my favorite topics, and a very important one too. And the reason why this is important is because, remember, if a organism, man, woman, no, it doesn't matter, animal, whatever, if it does not have orientation of where it's at in time and space, it is lost. This basic biology is lost. It feels untethered. And so after a decade of coaching women, brilliant women, one of the things that I've seen haunt them the most is them not knowing about the 4 seasons of their cycle. Some people know about it, but most people don't, Some women know about it, some women don't. Damn near most men don't even know what it is, you know what I mean? So also, if you're a man watching this is important for you as well, because if you have a woman in your life, either as a partner, union, lover, or you have a daughter, or for all my people in leadership, and there's women that work up under you, this is important to know. Absolutely important. And once I learned this and I started applying this in real time to the women in my life, everything makes sense. Everything just got easier because you just you're aware. So let's break it down. So see the 4 seasons of a woman like Earth. Okay, so let's start with winter. You have winter, spring, summer, fall. Okay, winter is the menstrual cycle, where she's on her period. Okay, this is when you don't have energy, and I'll make this very, very simple. I go deep into this in the Masterclass. And in the Cosmic Library and the Temple, but I digress. So the menstruation is when she's on her period. This is when she has the lowest amount of energy. For my women watching this is when you do not push hard on your body, because your body is saying, hey, we don't have estrogen right now. Hey, we are insulating ourselves and from the world. We are hibernating inside of ourselves right now. We don't have extra social solar energy. We're in our lunar season. We don't have extra energy. And I've seen women from the industrialized idea of hustling, that they will hustle through their period and burn out, because they're moving as if they're summer, but in their body is winter. And there's nothing wrong with growing your business or anything like that. I'm just saying, do it in harmony with your biology. Don't do it against your biology. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so the menstruation is where your energy is lower, your energy is calmer. Men, listen to this. Men, when a woman's on her menstruation, this is when you need to be calm. This is when you need to, whether it be your woman, whether it be your daughter, whether it be women that you work with, this is where, and this is her winter season. This is where doubt may creep in. She may need reassurance. She may question herself. It's not her. It's just a part of some people's menstruation cycle. Everyone has a different cycle, and everyone experiences different things. So I'm not trying to basket everything into one. I'm just giving you the overall of what I've observed with this. In the menstruation, this is where women need grounded, calm, unmovable energy. My men watching this on YouTube, when they teach about excuse me, red pill or manosphere or alpha, all that stuff, they say that you always got to be charismatic, always got to be confident, always got to be not egotistical, but just kind of in your energy, you know what I mean? A woman does not need that kind of go out and get it. I'm that shit, I'm that nigga. She doesn't need that kind of energy on her period. She needs, hey, I'm here. If you want to experience or talk about any internal weather that you have, we can do that. But I'm here, I'm grounded, I'm holding the space down for you. That's energy she needs. She's in winter. She's not in summer season. She's in winter season. So in winter season, this is where, here's another tip. You want to put blue lights on in your house to trigger the parasympathetic nervous system, blah, 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 to trigger the parasympathetic nervous system, so her body relaxes more. This is also where you want to be playing water, excuse me, water and handpan, like mystical kind of energy around the home, because this is going to relax the nervous system. Remember, when a woman experiences 4 different like lives in a month, you know what I'm saying? Men, we only experience one. Women experience 4 different ones within a month. That's a lot. Okay, it's not a lot in a bad way. It's like it's a lot if you don't pay attention to it. You see what I'm saying? If you are aware of it, it's very simple. Okay, because it's the same seasons as Mother Earth. You get it, Mother Earth one. See that? Okay, so the luteal. Once a woman's in winter season, her menstruation season, then she moves into her spring season, which is her follicular season. In the spring season is when her body has more estrogen. She's more glowing. Okay, her body is like, okay, like we may have a baby in the ovulation season, so her body is pumping her like body is like kind of giving her like spring glow, so that she can be at the right level for ovulation season the next week. So in the spring season, this is where ideas are flowing. This is where you're more energetic, you're more social, you're more solar energy. So I tell the women that work in my corporate side of business, I tell them, I say, hey, on your period and on your luteal, you don't got to work. You don't got to do nothing. On your follicular and your ovulation, this is where you want to do most of your energy and your work, so that for your luteal season, which is fall, and your menstruation season, you can kind of relax. That's the idea. Because women were never really designed to work all day. Shit, men were not designed to work all day. That's another video. Women are not designed to work all day. Women are designed biologically to work in cycles, just like men, but we have different cycles. Women are designed to do most of their creative energies and creative works in their follicular, which is spring, and their ovulation, which is summer. Okay, so the spring season, this is where her glow is there. She got that confidence back. She's feeling herself. Okay, for women, what you want to understand is that in this season, you want to be like, hey, okay, what do I want to create? What thing do I want to create? Where do I want to use this? Where do I want to take this vitality and turn it into? Going back to my video about inner child stuff. So like creating an art piece for your inner child, doing something beautiful for your inner child. It's a possibility. Okay. Then we move into ovulation. Ovulation is when she is at her peak magnetic and sexual and creative states and manifestation state of energy. Now, ovulation season, this is, for my men, this season is where the more so bravado, more so the charisma, the swag, the you know what I'm saying? That season, her follicular and her ovulation, that is when she wants more of that like direct masculinity. Like that's what she wants, because now her body has more estrogen than testosterone. In her menstruation and her luteal phase, her body does not have as much estrogen. It has more testosterone, a bit. Like, you know, the like numbers vary person, but roughly. So because of that, she don't need that dominant energy in her luteal phase, because then y'all will argue, which I'll get into that in a second. I've seen so many relationships break down from this point in my own life, and me coaching people who've had, you know, relationships, marriages, decade-year marriages. I've seen this fractal every single where, and it's going to help you out a lot. Okay, the next thing with the ovulation season, this is where you're at your peak manifestation energy, women. This is where you're at your peak manifestation energy. So this is where you need to focus in on what you want to create. Because what happens is that the world will tell you to go out, have fun. Nothing wrong with going out and have fun. Nothing wrong with that. But at least set aside 2 to 4 hours a day of creative manifestative work, because during your ovulation season, your body is like hey, I'm trying to make a baby. Your body is saying that biologically, which is why, like, you're more creative, you're naturally more horny, you're like naturally more expressive, you're like naturally more like magnetic, naturally more like flowing in the energy of life. That is when you need to take that energy and put it into a system or create something out of that energy that can make you money, so that then 2, 3, 4, 5 winters away or 6 periods away, you're making money from your highest peak. You see what I'm saying? You're making money from your highest peak of energy. Now you can rest in your luteal season. Now, excuse me, you can rest in your luteal menstruation season because you've aligned with your biology. Last but not least, we have the luteal season. Luteal season is the fall season. This is where her body is moving out of estrogen. The estrogen is lowering because it's fall right before winter, and winter is like, hey, I'm hibernating, I'm inside, I'm not outside, and I am in follicular and ovulation, where I'm just like, whoa, like I just want to create, I just want to, just like do that. No, I'm inside, I'm focusing on myself, and I'm moving into that. So the luteal phase is very important, probably one of the most important phases, because this is where she also PMSs, and this is where a lot of people have fights in relationships, and I'm gonna tell you why. And also, this was so funny. I had a client and we was breaking this down, and I told her, I was like, I said, when a woman is on her luteal season and she's in a relationship or she's in a job where the shit is just messy or the shit is just like unorganized or just chaotic, she go around like, fuck this shit, fuck this shit, fuck this shit, fuck this shit, fuck all this shit. Yo, she started crying laughing. She started crying laughing because it's true. It's true. Now, why is it true though? It's true because biologically, okay? Because most people think that women are just moody. They're not moody. Like, not in a bad way. It's just they have emotional range, but it's like their body is going through changes. That doesn't mean for a woman to be disrespectful. It doesn't mean that she can just say or do anything just because she feels that way. No, that doesn't work for anybody, man or woman. I'm just saying in general, like, she's going through a lot of stuff. You see what I'm saying? So women, and I help some of my women clients with this, hey, if you're going through your luteal phase, it's okay to be moody, but not disrespectful. That's through line. That's through line. You can still express your concerns, but in a healthy way. Okay? So, the luteal phase is when her biology is like, excuse me, hey, I don't have as much estrogen energy, which is that fun, feminine, friendly, devotion, kind of like oxytocin, kind of, bonding energy. Hey, I don't have that energy available. I have a little bit more testosterone. So I am now more like fiery, more antsy, more like irritated at the smallest inconveniences and at the smallest things. Why though? It's because the luteal phase biologically is designed for the woman to express whatever structural or just like tiny, either or, but more so structural incongruencies within the relationship or the job that she is in. Because her body is trying to keep her safe. So her body's saying, hey, I peeped this in follicular season and I peeped this in ovulation season, but I was feeling good, I was feeling energy, so I ain't really tripped about it. But now this is a problem, okay? And it's because her body's like, hey, I gotta express this, because if this crack that I'm expressing about, if this crack is not fixed, it can cause structural decay long term. That's what her body is doing. So this is why for men, okay, this is why, and I'll talk about this in the devotion course, but this is why there are conversations that needs to be had every single week during her cycle. Because if you do not take the trash out, the first 2 cycles, that shit gonna build up. and in between that third cycle, the luteal phase, and that winter cycle, the menstruation phase, is gonna be a goddamn volcano. Cause you as a man didn't hold space to irrigate the energy out. Okay, storms are gonna happen. The smart builders know storms are gonna happen, so they build irrigation. So storms will come, but the foundation stays. Okay, and so this is what you understand. Same thing for women. Like, you may have biological storms of, you may feel like down or depressed, like during your menstruation or luteal, or feeling like you're not far enough. If that's the case, I strongly suggest that you go into the Cosmic Library down below, grab one of the luteal poems or the menstruation poems or the audio tracks that I created for women that has a lot in their mind during those two phases. One of my clients, she called me, she was like, we had this was a group 101. She was like, yo, there was so many breakthroughs that she had in that group session. But then when we had our 101, she was like, hey, I listened to that luteal audio track every single day because her kids were annoying the hell out of her. And the luteal audio track helped her to calm down, helped her to understand more about where she's at in life. And for women, the luteal phase, what you want to do is you want to take that fire energy, that refinement energy, that energy to like sometimes kind of want to just like pick a fight for no reason, right? That energy, don't pour that into your relationships. Pour that into your businesses. Pour that into your money systems. The luteal phase is a great phase to peep out any structural imbalances. So this is where you overview your weekly calendar. Okay, what's good, what's not working, what needs to be refined. Luteal and fall season is all about refinement before winter. So that is the overview. We go deeper into this in the masterclass. Check the masterclass out. First link down below. Winter Keystone Masterclass. Everything that I'll be coming out with from in 2026 will flow through the foundation of this masterclass. So definitely check that out. 2, for the people that want to understand the ecosystem more, you can check out the Fractal Garden. This is where we have emotional decompression rooms, and that on that website is actually profound. This is also where you see our whole 2-year calendar of what we're going to be talking about for 2 years and our vision. This is also where you see all of our texts and all of our like blogs, and not blogs, but all of our videos and writings around this content, as it's all on that page as well, and some other pretty cool surprises that I don't want to spoil for you. That's there as well. And then for the people that want to, kind of test the waters in this ecosystem, check out the Cosmic Library. Our first floor has opened. It's the Lantern Corridor. We have things from $3 to $11 in there. We have poems. We have kid voices. We have kid verses. We have different divine money manifestation audio tracks, a whole bunch of cool stuff in there, and more keeps dropping every single week. So check that out. And then for my people that want to actually build something beautiful in their life, check out the Jade Temple. The Jade Temple, this is where our monthly membership, where you come in and we figure out what you want to build spiritually and financially in 3 months, and we start focusing our way towards that goal. In the community, safe space, no negativity. There is no testimonials. We don't share testimonials. It's a safe space, so you can bring your sacred creativity, and it's shared. It stays here. There's no blasting it on social media. It's a pretty intimate space. So if that resonates with you, check the link down below. With that being said, thank you for watching this transmission, and peace be to you. Peace in your hearts, prosperity in your mind, and paper in your pockets until we meet again. Peace.